Oh, he's still there. Look at that.
With a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a chance. When the crowd gets fussy, when the floor gets dusty, when your blade gets rusty, with a chance, with a chance. When your room smells funny, when a hex takes your money, what's gonna save you, honey? Just with a chance, with a chance. All you witches and all you old magicians, it's time to start listening to with a chance, with a chance. With a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a chance.
And now we wait for it. Wait for it. Then we play it again.
With a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a chance. When the crowd gets fussy, when the floor gets dusty, when your blade gets rusty, with a chance, with a chance. When your room smells funny, when a hex takes your money, what's gonna save you, honey? Just with a chance, with a chance. All you witches and all you old magicians, it's time to start listening to with a chance, with a chance. With a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a
raised with a face is a pasty. In a place where your race is the best cheat. Got his first taste believing he greatly, but was laced out the gate with the best lead. Daddy Fred put hella millions on his head start after getting pinched at a Klan march. Just the average, pro-white simpleton, fuckboy birthright made out of privilege. Baby man hand bitch, baby man hands with the griff, baby man hands with the band on the muzzle end, baby man hands taking parents from kids. Come again, come again, come again. Bane other Dems and Republicans, blame on the TV president. Fame got the little man lusting for some. Make America great, but when was America great? When was America safe? Especially if your face is a different shade, man. Fuck what they saying. Look,
baby man hands, 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 baby man hands.
How that cold working out for you? How that farming you know working out for you? How them terrorists feel making real terrorists? Blue-eyed school shooting white boys having fits. More government bailouts for the people who say get the hell out. For the people who claim they've had it but meet the new welfare queen heroin addicts. Skin dim in a motherfucker. Still horny for Stormy but can't cuff her. Still cuffed by Vladimir, that is clear. Still got eyes for his daughter but can't fuck her. Call Trump University, cause his fake shit brings out the worst in me. Fake news, fake views, fake telecasts, fed to the fake by the fake, full of fake facts. Fuck y'all with Kelly and Dick, and start picking truth over fake shit. Start realizing you made this dimwit, racist, rapist president. Come again with a true story. Grab him by the pussy and go for it. Grab him by the Fox Newscast whore. Do what you want, there will be no arrest warrant. Cause he here for the take with hotels, vodka and steaks. Fucking off the EPA while the whole planet get fried. Realize that it's fine people on both sides. And I'm fresh out of tears, fresh out of fucks I can give, fresh out of love long as police shooting at kids. Fresh out, get the fuck out of here, baby man hands.
Baby man hands, baby man hands, baby man hands, baby man hands.
Okay.
Baby man hands, baby man hands.
That's right.
Baby man hands, baby man hands. Baby man hands, baby man hands.
There you go.
Baby man hands, baby man hands.
Wipe his nose.
Baby man hands, baby man hands. Baby man hands, baby man hands. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little L's. Tell us his mental capacity failed. Tell us he's mental and gone off the rails. Maybe y'all call Kavanaugh for some help.
Bone spurs, deferred, still talks tough but ain't served. Still struck a nerve when the word got out about crowd size, so we brought up Hillary and Barack's lies. Can't fuck with the dog, we stuck with the dog. No luck with the dog. Can't understand why they still can't get a raise. Hard knock life when the stock price still raised. But America is great, great. For some it ain't up for debate. And some eat lobster and steak. And some just pray. And some can't wait for the change.
World is in trouble anytime much man can come. A gunshot head man. You tell them no fool. Get down. Hear much man to know. Hold on, come and play with sound. All over the world. I want you. Can't stop playing.
Weapons, scouting places, matching faces and locations, scoping place, line and wait, pre-election state debate, 9 in place, fire away, politicians die today, we uprise, knock on the day, retirement life that's blind to pain, I say fuck that demonstration, let's mob and run up on them, no time for contemplating, pay back with chrome and dome them, and set an example for this generation to sample, cause these old niggas is trash and new niggas really ain't substantial as this San Francisco legendary mumble rappers hella scary, rapping about the trapper trapped inside a system built to bury blacks in prison, drug addiction, and the military. Selective services furnishing turf obituaries. Niggas get to getting scary about this revolutionary. Y'all know where I'm staying prepared. The hopes and prayers are open carry. White supremacists trying to prepare for Trump's impeachment with an attack. Gorillas distract and drilling them back and stir revenge of militant blacks like that. Fuck your views, fuck your likes, walk like a panther. Fuck your shoes, fuck your ice, walk like a panther. Fuck your show, fuck your flow, talk like a panther. When hard truth is calling you, stand up and answer. Fuck your views, fuck your likes, walk like a panther. Fuck your shoes, fuck your ice, walk like a panther. Fuck your show, fuck your flow, talk like a panther. When hard truth is calling you, stand up and answer. Still manage with my plans to raise a nation with my plans up. Understand we need to stand up, educate and take they land up. Your bread right, your head right, no backstabbing, no infighting, no trash rapping, no hashtags, just hard spit with brick raps back, and I'm still quick to blap it, shit, quick to slap a bitch. Rapper acting savage, but average with actual damage did. Black Panthers back and niggas panic when they see me, cause this OG ain't PG, and these police stay she. Look, bitch, devil ass, scared to see your rebel ass. Mobilize my folks to come together ass, on another level ass. Freedom fighter, niggas still struggling on the street igniter. To think wider and reach high, yeah, P-Dog. I make this 4-4 revolve in front of the White House. It's lights out, I snatch they sheets off. Peace to all activists that's active in this madness. Let's get free, y'all. They want us thinking we lost, but we strong. Don't sleep, y'all. I'm saying, fuck your views, fuck your lights, walk like a panther. Fuck your shoes, fuck your ice, walk like a panther. Fuck your show, fuck your flow, talk like a panther. When hard truth is calling you, stand up and answer. Fuck your views, fuck your lights, walk like a panther. Fuck your shoes, fuck your ice, walk like a panther. Fuck your show, fuck your flow, talk like a panther. When hard truth is calling you, stand up and answer.
Got the world on my ass and I'm gonna jump fast. Be the first, won't be the last. I've got the world up my ass. Society, murder me up. Take a bite, spit it out. Take the rules. Rip them up, down. Twisted mind, twisted frame. You know I'm going insane. I just tell them, get back when they tell me how to act. I've got the world up my ass. You know I've got the world up my ass. Society, murder me up. Take a bite, spit it out. Take the rules. Rip them up, down. Up my ass. You know I've got the world up my ass. Society, murder me up. Take a bite, spit it out. Take the rules. Rip them up, down.
Widdershins.
Bullshit.
Radio for your spiritual side, but definitely not your grandma's witchcraft, y'all. A twisted approach to the left-hand path. We were rocking there. We heard some newer Bad Religion from last year, so topical stuff. And the Paris album just finally dropped. We had Baby Man Hands last week, but the rest of the album wasn't out. But then we had Walk Like a Panther from the new album. I wish I could remember what it was called, but Paris, man, always the hardest core hip-hop that there is. Putting Public Enemy to shame, fucking all of them, man. There's just nothing more hardcore than Paris. However, I was only inspired to buy 3 tracks off the album. So I'll play with it a little more and we'll see. And any other Paris album, I always bought all the tracks. So we'll see. You know, he's getting old. But he's got a lot more to fight for, and his music's a lot more relevant than ever before.
We all have a lot to fight for now.
Yeah. And it's, you know, his package is more relevant than ever. Because now we have, they're not calling themselves the Black Panthers, but we have this armed black militia, the Not Fucking Around Coalition, I believe they're called. They look like Black Panthers. They look just like Black Panthers with better weapons. But these are interesting times, kids.
Mm-hmm.
Since we've been gone, we took last week off. Trump got COVID. He thinks he's cured, but there's still hope that he's not.
He has not quarantined. You know, he went to the
quarantined.
hospital a day after he became symptomatic, and apparently he had his aides there with him. They gave Melania the option of visiting him, which she declined, but she could have. And they normally do not let any family members in there, or employees for that matter.
Yeah.
And it was just like, you know, all it was a little, like, you know, vacation away from the White House. Like this presidential suite, you know, we looked at it, and it's got, you know, a living room, a dining room. It's got a separate examination room. He doesn't even have to really leave the room to be examined by a doctor. And, you know, obviously they're cooking for him. He's not getting, like, you know, the hospital food that you expect, with the jello that you expect to get. And he's got no clue what it's like to have COVID. And then 3 days later, he went home.
Yeah.
And he took his mask off. And he's not social distancing.
Yeah.
And he says he's looking forward to the debate, which is on the 15th. The 15th is right around when most people with COVID, like, actually get sick. Like, the first week, no, most people are, like, acting like, you know, they feel fine and thinking that they feel fine. From what I hear, it's usually the second week where it kicks your ass.
Well, and, you know, I'm sure y'all doing the math out there. The data is 14 days. 14 days seems to be the accepted time for quarantine.
Well, that's
not
only
3.
That's only if you don't have any symptoms. You have to be symptom-free for 14 days.
Yes,
so,
yes.
That hasn't happened with him.
So basically, we got a guy back in charge who's at the very least on fucking steroids now.
And we found out today that experimental cocktail that he was given when he was still before he went to the hospital, when he was at the White House on Wednesday, that contains aborted fetal stem cells. And he spent the earlier part of this year, like, banning all of it. And they even, it was, like, specifically studies for COVID. And he still banned that. He's like, no use of fetal tissue. So somehow this one company somehow slipped under the radar. But I know that Trump has stocks in that company, and he plays golf with the CEO of that company. So somehow they got under the radar, and they injected fetal stem cells, aborted fetal stem cells. They said it was an aborted fetus from the 1970s in Norway. So that's in his body right now. So apparently, when his life is on the line, it's totally fine to use aborted fetal stem cells. No problem.
And it's not just
nobody
stem
else
cells,
can have
but aborted fetal stem cells. There's nicer ways, you know, of doing stem cell treatments, but that ain't it. That ain't it.
And I'm actually okay with it.
I'm okay with it. But
the problem is that he's acting like a holier than thou, and we can't do that. Americans can't have this medication.
Yeah. Well, he's
pro-life. That particular company that I said he has stock in, he knows the owner, their stock value went up by 10% after we found out that he got it. And the company is saying that the drug is going to be, quote, a hot seller. So, just to put it out there, like, what do you evangelicals think about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's his whole opposition to stem cell research was because of the fetal stem cells, because he's allegedly pro-life. We just watched a clip from I don't know how long ago when he was, you know, pro-choice. You know, back when he was paying for abortions from all the...
He was pro-choice up until he decided to run. And that only changed because he was told that he has to change his mind in order to run as a Republican.
Yeah. And, you know, we pretty much know about at least 4 abortions that he paid for, you know, in addition to paying off a porn star to keep her mouth shut, you know, all kinds of stuff. We get these records. But, I never really expect his base to have a brain.
Yeah,
but it's like every fucking day, you know, these alleged Christian evangelicals who prop him up as fucking Jesus incarnate, see that he has no family values, no morals. He violates the 10 Commandments daily, but they still keep supporting him.
And you know why they keep supporting him is because he is willing to push their agenda. He personally is not gonna, you know, make himself follow the rules of that agenda, obviously, because he took that cocktail. But for the rest of us, he's going to pass laws that are in line with their views. So they actually don't care. Like, they don't care that he had a mistress and that he paid people off and that Melania was in, like, lesbo movies. Like, they don't care. As long as he passes what they want him to pass, They don't care about anything else. That's the problem. Like, we can sit here and rip our hair out and talk about how immoral they are, but they don't care. It doesn't matter.
What would Jesus
Like,
do?
they know he's doing all this stuff. They're aware of it. They don't care. As long as he passes the laws that they want him to pass and bans the things that they want him to ban, they don't care what he does in his personal life.
Even if the things that he wants to ban will affect him personally, like, he's going to have to pay for another abortion. He's a two-pump chump. He don't want to wear condoms.
Well, the thing about that is it doesn't matter. Okay, this is how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Ooh.
It doesn't matter. He can ban abortion, but he will still have access to it. That's what you have to understand. Like, he can ban it. Yeah. Don't act like he's not going to ban it just because he's going to have to pay for it. He's going to ban it anyway.
He's trying to play now. It's like, don't be afraid of corona. You can beat it. Now he's going to say it's like the flu again. It's like
he is saying that.
He had the best doctors in the world paid for off of our tit.
Nobody else. Who else is going to get that drug?
Yeah, experimental fucking
2 days
drugs.
After they have.
Nobody else is going to get
everybody else,
any of that shit.
2 days after you become symptomatic. No hospital is going to see you. Yeah. No
try and get a fetal stem cell transplant.
The hospital is going to tell you. The hospital is going to tell you, come back when you're on death's doorstep, and not a moment before then. Yeah. He got admitted like the next day. Yeah. And so that's not going to happen to the rest of us.
And it's still early, and this would be the irony, and that's the one constant in the universe is irony. If he got out there and talked about how he beat Corona and made a big production out of it and then dropped fucking dead on the stage of the debates, that would prove the irony of the universe. He's so far from anybody's well, regardless of the experimental treatments and everything else. It's been like 4 fucking days, man. Or has it been more since we found out that he actually had it earlier? Has it been like 5 days?
No. The whole theory is that if you start showing symptoms on a Thursday, like he did, that means that you were infected between 7 to 10 days before that.
Okay.
That's what that means.
Okay.
Which means he had it during the debates.
Yeah. Lovely. So, speaking of the debates, if you're listening to the live show, well, that's cool, because if you're not listening to the live show, this would be pointless as fuck. But probably an hour after we get off the air tonight, we're going to be having the debates drinking game on my Facebook page. And we did that for the last debates. We did it for the Republican National Convention. I think we did it for the Democrat National Convention, too. Different buzzwords, but we had different, each time we have different keywords that we're going to drink for. So we're going to watch the debates. I'm going to broadcast them over my phone, and you'll hear, us talking shit in the background and drinking every time a keyword is said. You know how drinking games, go. Basically, we're going to do that. So if you're listening to the live show after we get off the air here, we'll be right back on another fucking channel. Let's see. So Trump got COVID. Trump's out now. The vice presidential debate is tonight. His son says that his dad's acting erratically and he wants to have an intervention. And I thought it was going to be the retard son, but it wasn't. It was Trump Jr.
I told you yesterday.
Yeah, I know. But then Trump Jr. a week ago said, I think it was on Fox, he was going, we stand with the LGBT community and I am a member of that community. And people have been tripping ever since then. It's like, did he just come out on fucking Fox News?
No.
Of all places you'd ever come out. But no, I think he was just stupid. Don't know what point he was trying to fucking say.
And so he said, as far as this intervention goes, the reason he doesn't want to do it is because Ivanka and Jared are praising him and telling him he's doing great. And he doesn't want to be the only person acting like it's a problem. Yeah. That's why he won't do it.
But Well, he'll never agree to it, but we could do away with the nation's deficit if we had a pay-per-view special where they did an intervention with Trump and he had to sit there. It was like, can you imagine Trump sitting in a room taking criticism of any fucking kind? But especially the kind that comes in a fucking intervention. Oh my God, that you know, it just you know, the show would probably be over after 5 minutes when he stormed out of the fucking room. But people would still pay. People would still pay to see that, and we could just solve our debt problems. One pay-per-view special. That's my idea to save the world. What else? I mean, that's been a huge portion of the news, but I'm trying to think. There were some other things going on. Trump got COVID, but Trump turns out to be a super spreader event. People just keep falling every day that got COVID from being involved with Trump. Kellyanne Conway's got COVID, and I found out about it on TikTok because her daughter has a TikTok channel, and she was going off about her mother's hacking up a lung in the other room, and Trump just tested positive. That seems suspicious. And then she got it, and then you get to see her mom like cussing her out on TikTok. Her mom going, "You fucking lied about your fucking mother and fucking COVID. God damn it, you got everybody all." Basically, the lie was that her she said her mom tested positive 3 times for COVID, but actually one of those times she tested negative. But the point was that everybody was tripping on is she tested positive 2 times and kept interacting with her daughter, and then her daughter contracted the virus. Nice job, Mom. Nice job. Couldn't put on a mask around the house.
You just told me today that her daughter doesn't have the virus.
And that's where I was going to go next. Now her daughter's saying that she has the symptoms of the virus but hasn't actually been tested.
Yeah, so nice job, Mom, doesn't really count because we don't know if she has it or not.
We don't know. Well, we do know that after she contracted the virus and tested positive, she was in close proximity to her daughter because her daughter was broadcasting on TikTok, and her mom got right in her bed, right next to her and stuff. So it's still nice job, Mom.
Well, her mom was working for Trump, so obviously there's no need to quarantine.
And the best part,
or isolate.
The best part was when Mom was giving her shit about this. Mom said, she said, "You didn't tell the truth," which was fucking hilarious right away. Kellyanne Conway is bitching at her daughter, saying, "You didn't tell the truth. You got to tell the truth." Then her daughter responded, "I told my truth." And her mom goes, "Oh, your truth," which is, pretty damn close to alternative facts, I gotta say. And just the irony was so funny. And it's just the fact that we get to see this kind of stuff. Kellyanne Conway interacting with her daughter in their regular life, even though she knows the camera is fucking rolling, is hilarious. She's as much of a fucking bitch at home as she is out there in the world. And they both resigned from their jobs because of their daughter's TikTok channel. And the fact that she was posting all of this stuff about her family on TikTok. I wanted to be emancipated. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how many millions of followers she has, but she does most of this stuff on live videos, and on TikTok your live videos delete right after you get off the air, but if people record them, they're forever. So people keep recording her live videos where all of the real stuff happens and the interaction with her family, and post them on their pages. But get out there on TikTok. Claudia Conway. It's quite a shit show. Oh, God. I'm trying to think. Trump was not the only thing in the news. Oh, well, we got a hurricane coming.
Delta.
Again.
and that's the thing. We've had hurricanes coming, and they all end up just passing us altogether. But this one looks like it is gonna, go right over us. I mean, hit New Orleans. And I mean, I still have like everything that I had at the ready is still there, like all our food, like the water, like we still have everything there, so it's not that much preparation. But I think you said you're gonna go on Friday and just get some more food,
Some more
like canned
stuff. Yeah.
This one is supposed to hit us though, and the only thing we haven't done, which like realistically we probably won't do this until the season's over, which is November 31st. But generator. That's the one thing we don't like. That's the only thing that anybody is even slightly annoyed with. Apparently with people who have lived here for years, like it's not a big deal. Hurricane. The only annoyance is that you're going to lose power, and we need to get a solar powered generator. We've had like the first time, like we didn't really have a chance to. The second time was right after the first time, so we didn't really have a chance to. But there were like, we've had
some gaps.
We've had windows of time where we really could have and should have gotten a generator. But that's the only thing. Like nobody's expecting any, damage to the house. What they're saying now is to make sure that you're sufficient for 3 days. Make sure you have enough food, water. I mean, our stove and our oven are gas, so even if we lose power, like we have the ability to heat things up. So, and we had, like I said, we had water. We have water. So just the only place where we like kind of don't have our shit together is with the generator. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, we've been preparing for so long. We're still prepared. Still have the storm room in place and all that.
And once we really get good at this and used to it, I'll just have a permanent bag in the storm room. It'll be my go bag. Like I already have all our papers in there, like all our documents that we need. Like I can just photocopy all the stuff and, have copies of it in our filing cabinet, and then the originals have them in the storm room. There's definitely a way to like simplify everything. So all we need at any given time is to make sure we have enough food and water. And that's it. And everything else will be taken care of already. Bags already be packed, everything.
Yeah. I think we're going to play something.
Jack boots cracking on a polished floor. Redheads gathered at the liquor store. Your heart's race on a crystal night. Everybody grab a torch to light. capacity that I believe is in the air, but everywhere is the ultimate act of treason. So few could be aware that their nation's heart is bleeding. But oh, as a child who plays for fun, with his eye up to the barrel of a gun, watching fools believe is one in this unrepentant age of unreason. Now the darkness has begun. We decree the pen more mighty than the gun. Watching fools believe is one in this unrepentant age of unreason.
Bad Religion on Widdershins. That was a double shot while I found the damn story that I was about to read. I couldn't goddamn find. This comes from, who the fuck knows where I got this? cinemablend.com. Why the Craft Legacy had a real witch on set. Yeah, I heard rumors that they were redoing the Craft, but now it's the Craft Legacy, so we'll see how they work that in. Cult classics are a unique part of film history. While they might seem critical or box office successes, certain projects find a life of their own over time and end up beloved. While the Rocky Horror Picture Show, perhaps the most iconic example, the 1990s teen horror movie The Craft, is also a cult classic. Fans soon jumped back into the world of angst and witchcraft with Bloomberg's house, The Craft Legacy, which is arriving straight to homes in time for Halloween. I had the privilege of visiting the set of the movie and learned why they had an actual witch available during filming. Craft Legacy is directed and written by Zoe Lister-Jones, who is taking the iconic property into the contemporary world. The movie's first trailer just arrived, revealing the new coven of witches and teasing their beautiful and terrifying relationship with magic. And while the actresses were pretending to cast spells throughout the film process, they actually had a real witch on set during those sequences. Lister-Jones explained this to journalists on the set of The Craft Legacy, saying, Erin Fogel, who is here today, is our local Canadian witch, and she's been amazing too, just to have on set with scenes where we're actually practicing rituals, that we are practicing them authentically. And she'd also been helping in opening and closing circles, because magic is real, and so making sure that everyone feels safe in spells that they are casting, even though we're just making a movie. While there's been an increased focus on health and safety precautions on set, The Craft Legacy had to take some unique measures. Specifically, Zoe Lister-Jones was careful the magical practices on set were done authentically and safely. Basically, they were binding the set from doing harm against others and harm against themselves. You know what, honey? That's going to keep them off of cursed films. Doing that kind. Well, they're doing all this stuff to keep their movie from causing actual harm in the world, and they're actually banishing, actually like closing the circle after they do it, just for acting purposes on the set to make sure nothing goes wrong. It's like, this is the kind of stuff that all the people on cursed films didn't do. The Craft Legacy will make magic happen through visual and practical effects, but those sequences were also handled with care when filming. Zoe Lister-Jones had 3 different occult consultants for the upcoming sequel, hoping to add a level of realism to the movie. But in addition to the authenticity, it was also important that they cleansed the set to avoid messing with any magical energies. Erin Fogel was the witch who was on set for The Craft Legacy last year, and she also spoke to journalists about her role in the upcoming movie. She explained how she contributed to the mysterious sequel, telling us, "My role here in the film was to make sure that anything that pertains to something that might be occult, that is accurate. So any of the space where the girls are practicing magic or where they're experimenting with ritual and starting to open up their power a bit, those are all the things I've been consulting on to make sure that they're accurate to the way that someone who practices ritual, who has an interest in the occult, who works in the esoteric realm, that it's authentic to the way we would actually practice in our day-to-day lives. But also making sure that things are cared for energetically with the film as well. If we were doing spells and rituals of any sort of practices that are on the film, magic doesn't know you're acting." So I've been doing some work on my own time and also with the cast and crew so they feel supported, and that any energetic space that are open through the practice in the film are also closed at the end of it. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, but think of some of those ones on Cursed Films where I'm in episode 2. They never did that kind of thing. They did all this occult stuff, but they didn't actually do any occult stuff to back it up. You know, Amityville, it was Amityville Horror, I think. They said they had actual human remains on set, you know.
Got a pretty mouth.
I knew you were going to say that. But it was a fascinating story because the original craft, well, they had a witch in the movie. So that I don't know if she got paid double for like consulting work and acting too.
What, Fairuza?
Fairuza Balk.
I don't think they consulted her or anything necessarily.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure I'm sure she added her expertise to the thing. I mean, it was one of the, you know, their ritual structure was, you know, relatively accurate in the movie. Most of the stuff they did was accurate. See that tree there?
Which one?
That upside down lizard on the middle tree next to the lamp, to the left of the lamp.
Oh, I don't see an upside down lizard.
You don't see an upside down lizard? You all can't see an upside down lizard because this is radio.
Is it like hanging off the branch?
No, he's right next to that hanging lantern.
The solar powered lantern?
No. The metal hanging lantern with the...
Oh, I see him. Oh,
There you
yeah, I
go.
was looking at the other
Yeah,
lantern.
he's just like chilling upside down.
Like the squirrels that
Like
chill
the
here.
squirrels.
They chill upside down. I don't get how they don't fall over.
But either at the time of the filming of the original The Craft, or shortly thereafter, Fairuza Balk was the owner of one of the oldest occult stores in the country, which used to be a stone's throw from our house. And was forever. They moved eventually while we were there.
They were like right in the middle of Hollywood.
I think they moved like WeHo.
No. Let me explain.
All right, you explain it.
That's not anywhere
Well, it's
close
about
to
time you talk.
They used to be like right in Hollywood at Cahuenga and Hollywood Boulevard. So it was like half a block and you're on the, Walk of Fame. They moved probably like 15 minutes east, like past Hollywood Forever Cemetery. So they're kind of like in East Hollywood. That's in a totally opposite direction of what you're saying. So they moved east.
I
About
never went to the
15
new
minutes.
shop, but when they were at their old location, I was there pretty often. It was like, a 5-minute walk. But she owned that either at the time of the filming of Craft or shortly thereafter, and owned it for a few years. So they had somebody on the set that knew their shit. I'm sure they had consultants. And that's great. We're getting people some work. We need these people to see me on Cursed Films and hire me for consulting work. We're in New Orleans, and the neighbors are firing up some fucking... It sounds like a bike.
It can't be a generator.
No, it sounds like a dirt bike or something like that.
And what were they trying before? They were trying to start a lawnmower?
That was somebody over that way.
No,
now.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So these are two different things.
These are two different
they're
things.
trying to start.
That guy does have a scooter. That could be revving
guy?
a scooter. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like he's done revving. He's probably going to leave soon or turn it off.
Yes, and then we just have to remember what we were talking about. 'Cause I'm sure it was really
We're
important.
talking about how panpipes moved to East Hollywood.
Oh yeah, yeah. So consultants, yeah, hook me up, man. Because we're in New Orleans, and even though we moved from Hollywood to New Orleans, I see almost as many. Well, before COVID, almost as many production vans. There are these trucks that have a very specific way that the back bed thing comes
Yeah.
off of it, and the side, they have a side part, and those are production trucks. They're not a regular thing that would go on the back of a 16-wheeler or something like that. They're production trucks.
New Orleans is kind of taking over Hollywood as the new spot. It's really, just from having lived there, it's really expensive in Hollywood. And like just the like if you wanted to film something at Universal or Paramount, like those are like really well-known places, and it's expensive. And then for a while it was in Canada, like the eastern part of actually Vancouver too, which is on the western part. So anyway, parts of Canada they were starting to film a lot of stuff there, and now it's like gradually moving over to New Orleans. So not as much now, or well, maybe it is just as much now. It's just that we don't get out that much, so we don't see it. But yeah, there have always been trucks and vans and lights and all that stuff where you could tell people were filming. And one of the best art schools is just a couple blocks away from us. It's NOCA. I forgot what it stands for. New Orleans something arts.
Yeah.
But it's a really good art school. Like if you're a dancer or a musician, I'm not sure, or artist. I'm not sure if they're counting just writing as something that you can go to school for. I'm not sure. But so anyway, they're really big on that stuff here.
Yeah.
And I think it's turning into something like more and more like Hollywood was, 60 or 70 years ago.
Well, there's a certain field that I pass by usually when I go out, and that's usually where they like set up the, they send out the trucks, but then they have all the other people there. They like set up all these tents and shit, and it was probably about a month and a half ago I saw a major production setting up there. That was the first thing I'd seen since COVID, but they are doing it again.
Yeah, and I'm not versed in any of this stuff, but there's some sort of tax break to filming stuff here, or there's like, I don't even know, like lower taxes or some stuff that doesn't get taxed. Like, I don't know, but if you're looking to make a movie, I guess it's more financially advantageous to go to New Orleans than Hollywood.
So
or even like stuff. Burbank, Burbank, it likes to call itself Hollywood, but Hollywood people don't consider it Hollywood. But yeah, Burbank is another one, like Universal City, all those places, but they're kind of pricey. I mean, eventually it'll get pricey here, and it'll move somewhere to like Nebraska or South Dakota or something.
Yeah,
but
we watch NCIS New Orleans. We get to see our neighborhood sometimes.
The train tracks.
Yeah. All right, I want to play you something and see if our neighbor gets done revving his fucking scooter. Let's see what we got. I haven't heard this in a million years. Widdershins. We'll be back.
Pirate ships are sailing out on stormy seas. There's a radio free America just for you and me. The big radio stations are stinking up the air. The abuse Latimer's plot, it's a real nightmare. Say, I'm 80 years old, got on the pirate radio, land of the free and home of the brave. FCC calling your grave. That flags are coming to shut the pirates down. They don't believe in free speech. The FCC's in town. Their hacksaws and their hammers, they smash it all to bits. They want a little better, but the war's not over yet. Sing, I am ATZO, good old pirate radio, land of the free and home of the brave. FCC crawling your grave. Oh, what are they afraid of? That we might tell the truth. We might play something good and it wouldn't be a goof. What we need is liberty, not those sticky laws. Freedom from the FCC and their money grubbing paws. Sing, I am ATZO, good old pirate radio, land of the free and home of the brave. FCC crawling your grave. Crawl in there, you perverts. Pirate flags are waving to fight the FCC. Lily-livered scallywags full of mendacity. It's mutiny on the airways. We're sculling lots of rum. We'll wake 'em, walk the plank. We're having lots of fun. Sing, I am ATZO, good old pirate radio, land of the free and home of the brave. FCC crawling your grave. I am ATZO, good old pirate radio, land of the free and home of the brave. FCC crawling your grave. Say, I am ATZO, got all the pirate radio, land of the free and home of the brave. FCC crawling your grave. Crawl in there, you stinky, slimy slugs. Aye, keyhole on. Make 'em watch a play. 40 lashes. Gouge their eyes out. Chop their legs off. I gouge your McGillicuddy's my name. Get away from me, protect me.
Well, you're a mystic sister and you've been through puberty, and you think you might be pagan and you want community. You meet a sex magician who tells you how it will be. He claims the door is locked and only he has got the key. He calls himself an elder but he's only 33. He's got marry me, he marry parts your legs to blissed be. He says you best get used to it, it's part of the religion. You think he might be full of shit, but you're a trusting pigeon. He takes you to a circle and the priest gives you a shoving. Says we like polyamory and lots of carnal loving. So if you fuck my friends and me, we'll let you in our coven. And if you want some family, we'll put one in your oven. Which war? Twitch lore. Which war? Pitch score. Which war? Pitch gore. Is he a lady conqueror or just a soldier in a witch war? You think we get enough grief from the right-wing Christian preachers? We shouldn't have to fight each other like some feral creatures. I hear there's trouble brewing with the Boudons and the Wiccans. They're sacrificing values and they're sacrificing chickens. And some folks scam the New Age kids because they're easy pickings. A bunch of pagan characters right out of Charles Dickens. I thought that being pagan meant we all should get along, and that every path has value and there is no right or wrong. But every time there's power, there are those who try to grab it. Like someone comes along and takes a whack at Laurie Cabot. Some other fool shoots back like Elmer Bud out hunting Wabbit. They wind up coming off like Lou Costello and Bud Abbott. Which war? Kitsch store. Which war? Niche du jour. Which war? Switch roar. Yo, I ain't no carnivore. I got no stomach for a knew a couple women who were married to each other, and they were polyamorous, and soon they found another. And then a jealous friend of one of the third woman's exes started raising bad juju and casting nasty hexes, so everybody got to see what power over sex is, ripping at each other like Tyrannosaurus Rexes. And it harm none, do as you will must be the only law. And if you got a problem with that sticking in your craw, well, maybe you're a power monger trying hard to squeeze us, and you will not be welcome here until your witch war ceases, cause everybody must be free to do as he she pleases, no matter if they worship Satan, Buddha, Bob, or Jesus. Witch war.
Rich
War. Witch war.
snitch
War. Witch war.
bitch
War. I can't take it no more. You better stop it with the witch war. Oh yeah, witch war. Are you a big predator? Witch war. Now tell me what's it all for? Witch war. Hey, who's minding the store? Nah, I can't take it no more. I got no stomach for a witch war.
Loki Coyote. Or I'm sorry, Loki Coyote E. No, I think it was Loki Coyote. I think they spelled it wrong. But unfortunately, that song's from like the 90s.
He sounds like the guy from B-52s, like Motzels flexing. He totally sounds like that guy.
I'm sure he'd be impressed to hear that.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if he's
Clam
still around.
shepherd clapping.
You know, but that was
Girls with surfboards.
classic song.
Everybody's rocking.
In the
Everybody's
90s.
grooving.
And so it sounds like the same kind of crappy ass witch wars that we have now. I've been on TikTok for a few weeks now,
Baking potatoes, bacon in the sun.
and it's an interesting format. I first had to learn how to teach witchcraft in 60-second sound bites, and then when I had enough people, I could go live, and then the live videos disappear. After I, go off.
It's all real time.
It's
There's nothing's
no
archived.
archives, nothing like that.
None of that foolishness.
So far, I gotta say, it's like a way lower toxic experience than ever on Facebook, Instagram, any of the other social media platforms. They regardless of what Trump tried to say, they seem to be mining less of my data, less data than every other source out there. It's like I get ads on TikTok, but they're not ads specifically suited towards me or something that I even searched for, or with Facebook, it's shit I just talked about. I talked about it in front of my own wife or something when my phone was sitting there or something like that. Something fucking hears that, and something drives advertising to all my platforms based on that. And I think it's Facebook. I think it was Facebook that does that. But I don't have that. And then, I don't necessarily need to be on a platform with everybody that agrees with me. But I'm not overcome by Trump-supporting assholes on TikTok, where Facebook just seems to drive stuff to my screen in order to piss me off. It's like everything over there just seems designed to anger me, and Facebook knows everything about me, and they bug my fucking house through my fucking phone because they're trying to sell me some shit. So they're pissing me off somehow, as part of their advertising platform. But I don't have that. Marta seems to have fun with it too. It's addictive. You just keep swiping and 60 seconds at a time.
You know, the thing that I like is, you know, like he makes, you know, a lot of videos, live or not live, and there's just not really any trolls, and it's noticeable. You know, like, you know, a lot of he puts himself out there, and you know, he makes stuff public and stuff, and you're just bound to have trolls here and there. And TikTok, I think, has a lot more people on it. I mean, based on like how quickly you've gotten followers, I kind of think they have like a ton more people. And you would think, you know, there'd be more trolling because people are that way. But, I mean, nothing. Like, there was a lady, a hoodoo lady, who had an issue with a video that he made. And she was so respectful of it. Like she made her own video, like, in response to the video he made. You know, and she referred to him as a gentleman. She wasn't talking shit. It was, like, totally respectful and, like, really, like, ideally how we all strive to be. And I don't know how they are pulling that off. I mean, there's a lot more younger people on there, you would think. I mean, not to, like, generalize, but you would think you have a little bit more trolling with the younger crowd, but we just don't have that problem.
Yeah.
I've really noticed that.
Yeah. That same interaction.
Like, when you go live, like Ask Uncle Birch, there's no trolling. I don't even understand it.
Well, and that same interaction between two practitioners on Facebook would go way more toxic. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
that whole exchange, and I didn't see your response, but apparently you responded, and you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know how it went because I didn't see it, but it sounds like it was.
She seems to have altered some of her opinions, and I've seemed to alter some of mine, and
and then you kind of met each other at a good place.
Way it should go, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, the reason I played that song before talking about this, like, they still managed to have fucking petty ass witch wars all over this fucking platform.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to, you know, I don't want to give it too much credence. I don't want to give it too much attention. But, you know, I've been paying attention. And, I'm starting to see, like, one or two main characters at the heart of everything that seems to go on there. So I'm watching.
What, like the witch wars?
Yeah. Yeah. There's,
and so, okay, so what you're saying is, like, the majority of people are cool and not like that, but you see kind of the same people over and over, like, in conflict?
There seems to be one or two people that seem to always be embroiled in some witch war. The first time, like, I think we even talked about it.
There's an upside down squirrel.
On the air, it was like this Polero, and he was throwing at this Grammy Druid woman.
Yeah. So she's still dealing with drama?
Well, yeah, now it's, you know, 3 or 4 people down the line now.
Oh, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, it's her dealing with different trolls?
Yeah.
Huh, that's kind of weird.
And then we even have, way back in our archives, I think it was Mage Wars, I think was the name of the episode. There was this guy, VK something, on YouTube, and there was this other guy who was, like, calling him out to a fight publicly on YouTube. And we didn't have either one of them on the show. We just played the videos that these guys were posting and, you know, commented on them. And that's one of the people that I see in the middle of one of these things over there. And it's like, so, well, you know, it's like, the only thing I know about this guy was some mage war drama where they were physically going to meet in a park on a certain day at a certain time and throw blows. But it was good radio. I don't think they actually ever did that. Okay, you guys, the dog saw a squirrel. It was very tense here. Now there's 2 squirrels running up and down as he's trying not even to look at the spectacle going on above his head. 2 squirrels chasing each other around a tree. 2 dogs just sitting there.
The dogs are just, well, no, actually, Azzy, the bigger dog, isn't really looking at him anymore.
He's trying not to look.
But the smaller one, the smaller one is enthralled, and it's 2 squirrels now. Now they're right next to each other.
They're like wrestling with each other on the tree.
Do you think they're trying to mate?
I don't know, but one of them could fall. You guys could get your dying wish.
I've never seen one follow. Like, they always do this shit.
But what
Look at them. Look at them.
the dog needs to learn here is like, you know,
Now they're up on the branches.
If you had been cool with the cat, you probably could have worked something out, because what they really need right now is somebody that can climb a fucking tree and knock down a squirrel so the dogs can get him.
Look at the dog.
Only the cat
dog
can do
is
that.
like, his chin is trembling. He's so into it. Oh, wow.
Oh my god!
Wow.
All right, you guys can't even see it. It's like
Acrobatics.
Squirrels are doing crazy acrobatics. Oh, now they're over the dog on a really thin branch. Could go either way, people. They're wrestling on the thin branch. Right above the dog. Now they're running down the
chasing each
trunk
other down
again.
the trunk of the tree, and the dog is moving closer and like looking at him more steadily and more intently.
The dog is entranced.
Yeah. Look at the dog. Look at the dog.
Squirrels are taunting him.
Look at the dog. The dog is mesmerized.
Other dogs just trying not to look. Not one squirrel, but two. Two for the price of
one. And they
one.
keep moving, so they're even like more into it because it's like a moving target.
For the price of one. They're eating stuff along the way. All right, well, we're having fun out here at the Wittershin Show.
He went back up. One of them is going down and one of them is going up. So they're not looking at each other anymore.
All right, let me see. I'm trying to find this other story. No, that's the same story. Everything got all skewed in my list of things I was going to read. Well, that's not helping at all. No, it's not. I did have another story. Let me see if I can find the damn thing. You're listening to Witterson's Radio, where you should be following us, because we've got a much larger package than we deliver to the average viewer. At our current package, we can go 3 hours a day, unlimited times per day, which means we could go 24 hours a day, just taking a break, a couple seconds every 3 hours, if we wanted to. But you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know if you're not following us. Now, you could be listening to us on Apple Podcasts, or Google Podcasts, or iHeartRadio, even Tumblr. I'm not sure how any of those formats work. I just know that's where our feed is going to. And you wouldn't know. Now, if you're listening to us on YouTube, well, I think that's a rebroadcast that posts after the actual show. So I'm not sure if that would tell you when we go live. But definitely over here at Spreaker.com/user/Wittershins. I just talked about my package. You missed me talking about my package.
Oh, I've heard you talk about your package plenty of times.
Oh, I don't know if it's been enough times.
I'll sit this one out.
Oh God! All right. Well, I can't find the story, but it was fascinating. I thought it was in the Wild Hunt. It was a story about same-sex initiations should be possible by now, and it was an interesting read. Definitely, where a gay person can be initiated by a man. A lot of old traditions of Wicca and witchcraft. A man had to be initiated by a woman had to be initiated by a man, which is, heteronormative or cis stuff. Should have been something we would have figured out a long time ago, especially since, all my years of witchcraft, with regard to males in witchcraft, gay males were the dominant force. There were more gay men than there were heterosexual men, and that seems a constant remains that way to this day. So I was just kind of shocked that that was even not remedied yet. Or maybe it was just, in wherever this person was. But that should have been figured out a long time ago. The polarity of gender is not just based on lady parts or dude parts. Since we recognize those in all other forms in the craft, I don't see why that was such a big problem, why somebody still hasn't figured that out. Let's see. I think we should play something, and I got to find my next bit, because everything got scrambled somehow. Widdershins.
From the cradle bars comes a beckoning voice, a cinch spinning. You have no choice. You hear laughter cracking through the walls, a cinch spinning. You have no choice. You hear laughter.
Their devilry takes place within our lonely woods. Such strange words and stranger visions, forbidden hymns to summon things one never should. Our children wait to hear that song, rituals to which they now belong. Black magic rites, black magic so long forgotten. What mysteries lay hidden in the piper's song? Ancient wood of an earring. It's much too late, there's no escape, we're far too gone. Our children need to hear that song, rituals to which they now belong. A woman stood at Richwood Cross and spoke to me, although a stranger, of Elledge wolves once thought lost, and blasphemies that once were whispered. She said, "You'll welcome us into your homes. We'll linger in your blood, our ways are in your bones."
Blood Ceremony. Where that was Witchwood by Blood Ceremony. God, thank the gods for Blood Ceremony. Some pagan, witchy music that's not namby-pamby and boring as shit, and a bunch of Renaissance sounding crap. If we had more like Blood Ceremony, shit, we wouldn't have to play all this punk rock all the time, just to keep the edge going. But Witchwood's one of Marta's favorite bands. And I got them on the Apple Music Store thing. Bought a couple tracks. We got Into the Coven, and we got Witchwood. I'm going to check out some more. You can check out some more too. Check out Blood Ceremony. Tell them.
Why don't we play that other song by Blood Ceremony?
We're going to play that next.
Okay, you better.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll play the other song that we have, Into the Coven, which is Marta's favorite. But they have other songs, so I need to check out some more. They got a whole album.
That is my favorite. Is that the one we're playing next? That's the one I was referring to.
Yeah, that's the one we're playing next.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were referring to.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. We're on the same page.
Just want to make sure,
then.
yeah,
All
we're
right.
on the same page. Sometimes we're not on the same page. Not often, though. But sometimes, it happens.
But,
nobody's perfect.
The Blood Ceremony. Check them out in the Apple Music Store. And I don't know if there's a note thing. Tell them you heard it on Waiter Shins. So they'll be one of the only bands that we don't get a copyright infringement warning from. But let's see. Speaking of which, it's time to pay some bills. It's coming, kids. COVID or not, it doesn't matter. WitchCon is coming. The first ever WitchCon. Huge event of rituals and presenters and teachers, and it's going to take me forever just to get through the entire list. I'll probably have to have an oxygen machine by the time we're done. But this one, COVID can't affect it. Nothing can affect it because it's online. It's always going to be online. It's the first ever WitchCon, and it's going to be epic. It just, the amount of huge presenters that they got within like a week of starting this thing just blew me away. But they just don't stop. I guess, since it's virtual, maybe they don't ever have to stop. They'll just keep signing up people for WitchCon. It's going to be Friday, March 5th through Sunday, May 7th. I guess Friday, March 5th, starting at 7 p.m. It's going to end at 8 p.m. on the 7th. An online event. Join the largest online magical conference in the world devoted to witchcraft, conjure, and root work. Learn more at www.witchcon.com. Brian Kane, Christian Day, and the Hex Education Network present WitchCon Online 2021, the largest online magical conference in the world, devoted to witchcraft, conjure, and root work, where you can connect with leading experts on the arts of magic from across the globe. Tickets are a mere $95, man. $95. When you hear the amount of stuff you're going to get for $95, you're going to feel like you're robbing these people. Tickets are $95 and offer access to all classes and performances, both live and on demand after the event is over. So you won't have to miss a single magical moment. Our interactive vending area is free and open to the public and features an enchanting array of magical merchants offering bewitching products you can purchase directly on the screen. Our presenters for the 2021 WitchCon are the preeminent masters of the magical arts and include A.C. Fisher, Aldag Alexander Cabot, Alexis A. Ariando, and Eric J. Librato, Amy Blackthorne, Baba Teddy, Ben Bell Wen, Brian Kane, Byron Ballard, Carriel Crow, Candelo Cambisa, Carrie Ewers, Carly Dewar, Caroline Kenner, Kat the Guard, Celeste Keg, Charity Bedell, Christian Day, Christine Steffens, Craig Spencer,
Christine Stevens.
Stevens.
Tell you every time.
Okay. Craig Spencer, Darcy Velez, Denise Alvarado, Diana Rachel, Dragon Ritual.
Hey!
The Dragon Ritual Drummers, E. Massey, Elohim Lafar, Ellie Barnes, Ellen Everett Hopman, Father Sebastian, Fiona Horn, Faya Bishop, Gary Saint,
Look at that
Michael
breathing.
Nottingham,
Check out that breathing. Mouth breathing.
George Mishev,
Hey!
Geraldine Beskin, Gia Michael Salvato, Hugens Saint Jacques,
Hey!
Jacques Sivatrice, James Devine, Jennifer Medway, Jim Sayers, Judy Ann Knock, Kendrick Olson, Kenya T. Koviak, Crystal Athena Hubbard, Crystal Madison, Lady Kate Herat Jaw, Lady Rhea, Leanne Maramar, Levi Rowland, Lilith Dorsey, Martha Moran Gonzalez, Mary Grace Faroon, Melanie Marquis, Michael Carell, Michael Furry, Michael Harks, we're in the Michael section, Mickey Mueller, Kelly and Sean Marie Jeffrey, Melissa Mayhem, Nathan King, Oberon Zell, Papa Hector, Pastor Phil Wyman, Patricia Telesco, Penai Delina Badar, Phyllis Karat, Priestess Miriam Shimani, Raven Digitalis, Rebecca Spirit, Reverend Paul Barrel, Robert Place, Sandra Wright, Sean Wild, San Elias, Shreen Miro, Shannon Marie Doust, Silver Ravenwolf, Sarita Deste, Star Cassis, Star Ravenhawk, Stephen Skinner, Tara Sanchez, Tara S. Tess, Whitehurst, the Buckland Museum of Witchcraft and Magic, Thorne Mooney, Tanya Brown, Val Hughes, Witch Doctor Utu, and Mother, oh my God, Yeshe Matthews. $95? How's anybody getting paid? How am I getting paid? I'm getting paid. Based on what I'm getting paid, I don't understand. But the largest conceived online magical festival ever. These may be, the good parts of COVID. We've adapted. We've come up with new ways of doing things. This could be epic. It looks fucking epic. Hexfest online was pretty fucking epic. And we still haven't watched all of it. We need to binge watch Hexfest still because we can. And that's the difference. When we were first here in New Orleans to go to Hexfest, it was our first time in New Orleans. It was our first time not having our kid with us forever.
Or the dog.
Or the dog with us, who has separation anxiety. No offense, bro. And we had the town to experience. We didn't go to anybody's workshop. It didn't help that most of our friends' workshops and the people that we wanted to see happened to have their workshops at 9 a.m.
Or there were like two of them at the same time.
At the same time. In a town where the bars never fucking closed, back in the day. So, yeah. I really wish they would have been recording them back then. There's a couple workshops I really, regret missing, but there was no way I was going to drag my ass out, and be functional by 9 a.m. to watch a fucking workshop. And unfortunately, a couple of those people actually came to my workshop, so I felt bad too. So there was guilt But with Hexfest Online, that wasn't the way. So a lot of festivals were just canceling this year, and Hexfest was one of the first to announce an online format, and then several other ones that have been kind of like floundering around trying to figure out what to do. They followed that, and then now it's WitchCon, which is only that. Nothing can ever fuck with WitchCon except internet connections. That'll be going strong forever. WitchCon. We're gonna have fun. WitchCon. All right, Marta's been waiting around to hear this song, so we're gonna hear this song.
Okay.
Just for her.
Yep.
And you'll love it too.
Thank puts the army wills. Expressions on the faces of the stunning millions. The power of the plan, the few that drives the clan. He's the motive and the conscience of the murderer. He's a preacher on TV, the false sincerity, the formula that's written by the big computers and nuclear bombs. The kids with no moms and a fifth that he's inside me. Yeah, we've got the American Jesus. See him on the interstate. We've got the American Jesus exercising his authority. We've got the American Jesus bolstering national faith. We've got the American Jesus overwhelming millions every day. Yeah.
So, if you're listening to us live, got to join us later on my Facebook page, Michael Carell.
It's in 20 minutes.
In 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Is it on at 7?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I thought we got
I'm
it
sorry.
like an hour.
Correction.
Okay.
It's in an hour and 20 minutes.
It's about an hour after we go
now-
off the air.
It's 6:40 our time, which is Central, and at 8 o'clock our time, it's coming on. So an hour and 20, like wherever you are, it's going to be an hour and 20 minutes, and that's when we're going to watch the debate and put it on live and comment. We've got some like drinking rules, and it's going to be a good time.
Yep, we're going to have the debate drinking show. Even though we've just had Widdershins, which is usually a drinking show, you know, we're going to be pretty buzzed by the time we start the
But
drinking
we don't have to
game.
go anywhere.
We don't have to go anywhere. We never, you know, we haven't had to go anywhere for
We're
quite
just
some
going
time.
to sit on the couch.
We're going to sit on the couch. We're going to have to go like 10 feet from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
To the couch.
Yeah.
It's
And
gonna be a
occasionally
perilous journey.
bathroom, you know,
Yeah.
excursions,
You know, 10
and that's
feet
it.
there, 10 feet here.
Like we don't really have to do anything aside from that. And eat. You're gonna make heat up the chili and the cornbread. We're gonna stuff
Yeah.
our faces with
Yeah.
sour cream and onions and cheddar cheese.
Yeah.
So good.
That's what we're up to. And I would check into the chat room and see what you're up to, but I'm just still scared from that time we did that on the mobile app.
He has
and
PTSD, y'all.
It just killed the entire show. It just, the show
You want to check
stopped.
it on my phone?
No. So, hello, y'all. You people listening live that may or may not be in the chat room. You people who I'm used to seeing in the chat room. Just can't really say hi right now because I don't want to crash the whole show by going to check the chat room. And one of these days, I'm going to remember to test that stuff out and see if it still is crashing. I'm hoping it's a glitch that they fixed, but I just don't want to check it live in the show. But what else we got to say? I don't think we got much else to say.
Nothing.
We got to pretty much rock out.
I don't have a thing to say.
And then have dinner, and then watch the debates.
And then we freshen our drinks, Governor.
Yeah. So join us over there on Facebook. Find my Facebook page, Michael Carell. You don't have to friend me. I post that thing live. We're going to be doing... we'll be broadcasting the debates live from my phone and commenting in the background and drinking at keywords that we will that are listed already on my Facebook page. The debate drinking game tradition for this year continues. We came up with new words because we had to think of stuff, you know. What's Biden going to say? He's not going to say all of the Trump shit.
Biden's not going to say any of that shit.
But there's some things, you know, like the China virus. He might say that.
I don't know. You know what? I don't think he will. And the same with, you know, Kamala Harris. Like we just got to put the rules together today, a few hours ago, and all the stuff that I put together is all stuff that Pence is either going to say or might say. None of it is anything that I think Harris is going to say.
Yeah.
It's all about like the crazy like Trumpisms and Penceisms. It's not about like
All it is.
it's not about like the obvious things that are going to come up. Obviously, we're going to talk about COVID. That's not a reason to drink. You know, we're going to talk about healthcare.
Socialism.
No. Healthcare, taxes, and jobs/employment. That's stuff that any candidate would talk about, and that's why that's not on our list.
Yeah.
Socialism is on our list because
Yes.
that's not what any schmo is going to bring up. It's just specifically on the Trump and Pence ticket. So that's what I'm trying to like differentiate between just like any topic that anybody's gonna have to talk about,
Yeah.
to like specifically making it like stuff that Pence is gonna like marriage being between a man and a woman. Like, I don't know if every single Republican candidate would even like go out of their way to talk about it, but I think Pence will, and so that's why it's on the list for drinking.
Yeah. Absolutely. So join us there. If you're listening live, you know, if you're not listening live, I guess you suck and you're just going to miss that. You can watch the rebroadcast and drink anyways. It'll still be posted on my page. You could, you know,
We're not going to delete it.
first thing in the morning, man, you can just play along and pretend like it's live. And, you know, start your day off right. You know, we're going to play you some stuff, and I just, you know, want to remind people, even though Trump came back to the White House a mere 3 or 4 days after getting COVID. This shit
okay.
ain't over.
We have
Wait,
breaking
we
news.
have breaking news.
It's not what you think.
Oh, okay.
Like Trump's still
That'd be
alive
great.
and stuff. Oh, my health post is. See, I told you it wasn't working. It's just gonna keep spinning. I got an alert saying that and I don't remember specifically what it was, but some like top medical entity that up until today has always been like impartial and neutral and nonpartisan. I forgot who it was. My health poll, for whatever reason, hasn't been working all fucking day, and I can't figure out how to fix it. But I just got an alert that said some like high up there respected medical organization is urging people to vote Trump out.
Wow.
Which is kind of a big deal, except I can't get it.
I think you gotta reboot your phone.
Okay,
It's the only
I'll
thing
try.
to do now.
But I've tried a bunch of other stuff.
I'll send my best wishes, you know, out to Trump to get past all of this stuff, and we'll see you next time.
In
late night feed. Yo dick got the HIV. My dick plays on the double feature screen. Yo dick went straight to DVD.
My dick, bigger than a bridge. Yo dick, look like a little kid's. My dick, large like the Chargers, the whole team. Yo shit look like you 14.
My dick, locked in a cage, right? Yo dick, suffer from stage fright. My dick, so hot it's stolen. Yo dick, look like Gary Coleman.
My dick, pink and big. Yo dick, stinks like shit. My dick, got a Caesar dude. Yo dick, needs a tweezer dude.
My dick is like supersize. Yo dick, look like two fries. My dick, more mass than the earth. Yo dick, half staff, it needs work.
My dick, been there and done that. Yo dick, sits in with Duns cap. My dick, VIP. Yo shit, needs ID. It's time that we let the world know. Dude, you gotta let your girl go. DS is the best in the business. PS, we got dicks like Jesus. It's time that we let the world know. Dude, you gotta let your girl go. DS is the best in the business. PS, we got dicks like Jesus.
My dick need no introduction. Yo dick don't even function.
My dick served a whole luncheon. Yo dick, it look like a munchkin.
My dick, size of a pumpkin. Yo dick, look like Macaulay Culkin.
My dick, good loving. Yo dick, good for nothing.
My dick, bench press 350. Yo dick, couldn't shoplift at Thrifty.
My dick, pretty damn skippy. Yo dick, hungry as a hippie.
My dick, don't fit down the chimney. Yo dick, it's like a kid from the Philippines.
My dick is like an M16. Yo dick, broken vending machine.
My dick, parts the seas. Yo dick, farts and quakes.
My dick, rumble in the jungle. Yo dick, got touched by your uncle.
My dick goes to yoga. Yo dick, fruit roller.
My dick, grade A beef. Yo dick, made a geek.
My dick, sick and dangerous. Yo dick, quick and painless.
My dick, enough said. Yo dick, love spread.
It's time that we let the world know. Dude, you gotta let your girl go. DS is the best in the business. PS, we got dicks like Jesus. It's time that we let the world know. Dude, you gotta let your girl go. DS is the best in the business. PS, we got dicks like Jesus.
Dicks like Jesus.
Dicks like Jesus.
As I walk along this road, paved with human kindness, I can never forget the price you've paid. I'm an actor on a roll, an artificial virus. I'm your daddy, I'm your disgrace. I say, kid, just move along. We don't want it, don't need it. Your politics just breed despair. I salute an empty flag of ancient tribalism, and trust me, nobody cares. For I am your candidate. I am bloody lips and makeup. manifestations.